get started. So some of the products that I'm using, I've been using, and then some of them are pretty new to me. So the first thing I'm gonna be using, which is semi-new to me, I've only used it once. This is the Maybelline Total Temptation Brow Definer, and it has this triangular type of shape similar to the Anastasia Brow Definer, and I have the color 315 Deep Brown. So I'm just gonna fill it in my brows like I usually do. In terms of like pencil or pomade, like which one I prefer, I love a pomade. I kind of prefer a pencil just because the pencil is like, I feel like a little bit easier. I really like this pencil. It reminds me of the e.l.f. pencil. Like, it's not giving me like an outpour of color that's like too much, too dark. I feel like the consistency is really good. It's not super like waxy and shiny as I know some of them are. I think this is a good brow pencil. Now I'm gonna clean up under my brows with some concealer. I'm using the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer, which is a favorite of mine. If you've watched my other videos, I don't even need to talk about this. This is a bomb ass concealer. Okay, so the brows are done. So the next thing I'm gonna do is apply my foundation, and I'm using this Maybelline this Maybelline Super Stay, Maybelline Super Stay foundation. This is a favorite of mine. I love this foundation so much. I use it all day, and I think it's just everything. The shade though, it's like very close to my shade, and it was a perfect match, but I feel like I've gotten darker, so it's not the perfect match. This is how it looks. Very close, but not the exact. But I love the consistency of this and the coverage and the staying power. This is just like, if you're wondering about this foundation, like wonder no more. It is a really good foundation. As I said, it's not my exact shade. I do have the Maybelline Stick Foundation. Now this foundation, I thought I would really love it, but I really don't love it as much as the powder. But this is my exact shade. This is in the color Bronze 360, and the liquid was in the color, this is in the color Bronze 370, and the liquid is in the color 362 Truffle. So I'm just gonna add this with the liquid, and I'm gonna blend these together with my beauty sponge. And the sponge is damp, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that, but whenever I use a sponge, it's always damp. And the stick blends out just as easily as the liquid. It's actually one of the most like blendable stick foundations like I've ever tried. So that's like a good thing. But as I said, I don't know, something about like it doesn't stay. The thing is, it doesn't stay on my face. It's not super stay, as it says. It doesn't stay on my face as well as the liquid. The liquid will be on my face all day and still looks flawless, while this, after a couple of hours, it just starts to fade and it just, I don't know. And I've used it with primer, without primer, everything. It just doesn't work for me. But the liquid, yes. Forever a yes. And a lot of times it may seem like you need like expensive products, but sometimes you really don't. Like, especially nowadays, I feel like the drugstore products have a really stepped up their game and they're like way better. And you can actually find your shade if you're dark skin in a lot of brands, especially Maybelline. And especially Maybelline, they really have a really good shade range. So not every brand has done that, but you'll definitely find your shade, or hopefully something very close to your shade. So the face is done and it's full coverage as usual. We ain't do nothing but full coverage over here. Like, I really don't. We don't do anything but full coverage on this side. But it's a nice full coverage. It's not an overbearing full coverage, I think, in my personal opinion. But let's move on. So I'm gonna do the eyes. I'm gonna take a little bit of the Maybelline, what is this? The Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer in the color Tan. Before I was using the color Hazelnut, if I didn't say it. Putting Tan on my eyelid, and I'm using it as a eyelid primer, base, everything. The blend in the corners right here into the nose. You don't want to leave any harsh line. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm gonna use this palette. This one is from Rimmel. It is the Magnifies Spice Edition Rimmel palette, and this palette is like a complete dupe for the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. Like, complete dupe. Like, I've had both of them and did them like swatches, everything. Major dupe. Well, the colors, they don't have names or anything, so yeah, we're just gonna point and you guys follow her. So I'm gonna be taking this shade right here. It's like the third to last shade in the palette. Yeah, I'm applying this shade a little bit above my crease. And you guys know how I do already. I tap the color into the eye. Okay, so then I'm gonna take the shade next to it, a little bit lighter. It's the fourth one from the fourth to last shade. So I'm putting it right above it, but a little bit on top of it as well. And then we're just gonna blend those two together. I'm gonna deepen the crease a little, well, not really the crease. I'm gonna deepen the outer part of my eyes. I'm gonna be using this purple shade right here, the second to last shade. Okay, so after doing that, I'm gonna be taking this shimmery shade right here. It is the fifth shade to the end. I wish they had names. And I'm taking this e.l.f. blush also from the e.l.f. Silver set. It's like a flat brush. I'm gonna pick up some of this color. I'm gonna wet my brush. I'm using this e.l.f. Dewy Setting Mist. So I'm just gonna go over with my blending brush with a little bit more of the color that I put above, a little bit more of the fourth to last color. I'm just gonna blend out right here. Okay, so next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take some of this gel liner. The only one that I have is from e.l.f. that's like drugstore-ish. My other ones are like Inglot and the balm. So I'm gonna use this gel liner. I've used it before, but I don't think I was really impressed by it. Yeah, it's okay. So this eyeliner, it's, I know, like it took me a little while to get the color to actually really show up. So for a black eyeliner, I'm not impressed. Once you go Inglot gel liner and it's like so dark and so nice, you kind of don't wanna, like, everything else like has to be the same or better, or else it's just a fail. But yeah, so the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna apply some mascara. This one is from Wet n Wild. It is the Mega Length Waterproof Mascara. And honestly, this is like currently my favorite mascara. Okay, so now I'm going to apply some concealer. I have some creasage under my eye because I still haven't set my foundation as yet. So using the same Age Rewind concealer, I'm going to be using the two shades. I'm going to be using Hazelnut and Tan. So we're going to add a little bit of contour. I'm using foundation to contour. I'm going to take a little bit of the Maybelline Fit Me in the color Java for $3.75. Lately, to contour, I have been using the Maybelline Super Stay Stick in Espresso, but I don't see it on my table right now. So we're using this foundation, which I've used to contour before. I actually really like this to contour. Mainly because it's a foundation, it blends super easy. And I love this shade. Okay, so now that everything is in place, we're gonna set. And honestly, guys, like I really tried to get a powder from the drugstore to bake, or not really to bake, but to put under my eyes. But I tried the Airspun powder, and yeah, it's a no, it's a fail. That was the only like baking kind of translucent powder that I thought would work. But yeah, I don't like it, so I'm going with Sacha. Sorry, I'm going with Sacha Buttercup, which isn't hard to find because it's on Amazon. If I do find another powder that is like if you guys know of any like drugstore powders that work good for this, like just please let me know. I'm not even really baking because my skin has been transforming a lot on me. Like I don't know if it's getting dry or what. And I'm sharpening my contour by putting some of the powder right under here. But I'm not leaving it for long. I don't want a super strong contour. I just want to clean up the edges right here. Then I take this Maybelline loose powder. It's a loose finishing powder. I use it all over my face. And we use this powder flat top elf brush. So this is not what you want to put on your face. You want to tap off all of that. When you put it in there, you want to take as much off as possible. You don't want to go straight in with too much. And then I use this like all of my face, even over my bronze, my contour, everywhere. I just set everything in place, especially because I don't want my contour too dark. So, brushing away the powder from under here. Okay, so I really want to put on some lashes, but I don't have any lashes from the drugstore. Lash from the beauty supply store, but not from the drugstore. So I think I'm gonna skip lashes today, like, you know, a regular day. I really don't wear lashes every day. Okay, so next thing I'm gonna use is this highlighter trio from Covergirl. I've used it before in my all Covergirl makeup video and I really liked it. So let me just get this brush right here. It's another Wet n Wild brush. It's looking a little janky, don't mind that. And I think I really liked this shade when I used it. I thought I would really love the gold shade, but I really love the gold shade as much. I really liked it. And then between my contour and the highlighter, I like to add some blush. I'm using this Milani blush, and this is in the shade Rose d'Oro. Blush brush from Morphe E4. Morphe E4. Here. It's like a shimmery blush. I mixed it a little bit with my highlighter. I feel like I didn't get as much color, so I'm gonna go for this. I'm gonna take this other Milani blush thing, but I'm gonna avoid this shade right here, which is a highlighter shade. So I'm mostly gonna focus on this outer shade right here. Okay, so then I'm gonna spray my face. I'm using this dewy setting mist from e.l.f., which I really like, but I don't really love the spray. The spray is a little bit like not as misty, so I think I'm gonna pour whatever is in this into my MAC bottle because I love the mist. This one is not as misty, so I have to hold it a little bit further away from my face. Then you fan your face, of course. The last thing I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna apply some brow gel, and this one is from e.l.f. Recently just started using it and I actually like it. Yeah, and it's like a really, really fine one, like super fine. Love this. So time to line my lips. So right now I'm using the MAC Chestnut. It's so small now. But that's just because I can't find the NYX Espresso. If you have the NYX Espresso, just use that one instead. Then I'm gonna apply this liquid lip from Wet n Wild in the shade Give Me Mocha. So this is the completed look using a 100% drugstore product. So I hope you guys really liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to hit the notification bell whenever I upload a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a blessed day. See you in the other video, and bye.